Welcome to the spotlight. Welcome to the show. Welcome to that beautiful day with you. Like we indicated some time ago, we are in our new season, and we want to, as it were, push our content to much more sustainable way. So today we are going to talk about climate change. Climate change. I guess you have heard so much about climate change and climate change. Everybody is talking about climate change. Yeah, most often than not, we talk about it and we don't even break it down for the barest understanding of the layperson. So we want to use this channel to do that level of education to everyone that must understand climate change. But before I start, if today is your first time of watching our video, please like our videos and subscribe to the page if you haven't subscribed. And if you have subscribed already, please share our video to someone else and let the person also subscribe to our page, because we want to grow as a big family. Now let's zoom straight to our spotlight of today. Our spotlight of today is all about climate change. Climate change. Now, yɛka climate change then na yɛpɛ sɛ yɛkyerɛ ewiem sakyerɛ no nneɛma bi akɔ ho a ɛbɛduru saa mpɛmpɛnsoɔ yi. Nneɛma bi ɛrekɔ so wɔ yɛasetena mu a yɛhu sɛ nsakyerɛ anaasɛ nsesan bi aba mu. Ebi ne sɛ na ewia bɔ anaasɛ sɛ na nsuo tɔ. Wobɛkae a mmiri bebree twam na nke ewia bɔ a ɛbɛbɔ deɛ but ɛmmɔ dendendenden. Anaasɛ sɛ nsuo tɔ a nsuo bɛtɔ deɛ nanso ɛntɔ dendendenden. But sambri yi a yɛwɔ mu yi, wohwɛ aburokyire nkronkro bebree nsuo tɔ a wɔn sɛ nsuo yiri ama yɛafa nipa ɛdan yɛ ebubu and all that. Saa nneɛma esisi nyinaa no ne nyinaa no ɛka na abɔfra ato ne din yɛfrɛ no climate change no. And if we say climate change, what we are talking about? Now, today's episode of our sustainability, learning on this video, I have some literature here, so I'll be reading and we'll be doing the breaking down, or better still, giving the definitions to it with you. So pardon me if I watch on my phone here. It's part of the entire process. Okay. Thank you for understanding. Now, we are saying the definition for climate change is the long-term shift in temperatures and weather patterns. So what I said in P, of course, there's been a very long-term shift. And that shift had moved from hitherto a good weather condition, a good rains, and, the rain will fall, but we wouldn't have floods. The sun will shine, but we didn't have that scorching level of sun. And indeed, the temperatures will not be as we are having today, around 34, 37 degrees Celsius. Sometimes in Accra, for example, in Ghana, temperatures can rise up to 45 degrees Celsius. That's the highest it can go during the day. And in the evening, where we used to have a cold temperatures around 17 to 10, now in the evening, we can even experience 27 degrees Celsius and above. So that is the shifting in that weather pattern, and then we refer to it as climate change. Now, there are other definitions that says that it's a long-term change in the average weather patterns that have come to define the Earth's local, regional, and then the global climates. So you can attest to the fact that even though we are experiencing this in Ghana and some part of Africa, or better still, all parts of Africa, Europe, they are more of a temperate zone. They are also experiencing extreme cold. Whilst we are experiencing extreme hot weather conditions, those in the northern hemisphere are also experiencing extreme cold. So when the rains are falling, they fall to a very large extent that even brings in fatalities. People die as a result of rainfall, because it falls more. And then when the sun is also shining in Africa and the rest of those of the southern hemisphere, we have an extreme level of heat. So that is the definition. Now let's go. These changes have a broad range observed effect that are synonymous with the term. So this effect, you can easily say the effect is as a result of the climatic changes or the changes that are come into our climate, situation. That is why we have the name climate change. These shifts may be natural, yes, but since the 1800s or 1800s, human activities have been main drivers of climate change, primarily due to the burning of fossil fuel like coal, oil, and gas, which produces heat-trapping gases. So, whilst this video continues, I'll be breaking down the effects, the causes and effects of climate change, and how you and I can help mitigate, or better still, ameliorate these challenges that befalls humanity. All right, so let's continue. I'm very happy. If you are just joining us, like this video, and make sure that you become attentive to everything we are sharing here. Okay, so fossil fuel, the indicators go. Human activities beginning from the 1800s, that is the 18001, 18002, up to now. We can talk of the Industrial Revolution, when man began to industrialize with the natural resources as we have. Nipa shasi say ye pese ma nyumenyuma ye ma abrabo mu ye de nyumenyuma be hyemu ye ndwuma na ama abrabo mpuntuo ba no. That was the time ye who say ye nyuma ye ya ema asase no ho kire e de ba asase no mu. Na no na shasi say e de nsakaye e de ba ewo ya asase any your climatic conditions, Forgive me if I don't give you a definite tree. Forgive me, okay? It's part of the game. So let's continue. Now, we made mention of the fact that fossil fuel was one very important, areas with which we are having an extreme climatic changes within our system. Now, I want to give you a breakdown, and we'll get there because they are all composites of the greenhouse gases. Some people will call it GHG, the greenhouse gases. Now, before we get there, we want to say that fossil fuel, that is a composition of coal, oil, gas, are by far the largest contributor to global climate change. You get a point? Coal, oil, and gas. When we continue with this video, I'm going to give an explanation. So let me read on so that we all can share our thoughts on that. Now, you say they are accounting for over 75% of global greenhouse gases emissions and nearly 90% of all carbon dioxide emissions. So you see, we are mentioning two different emissions, the greenhouse gases and then the carbon dioxide. But however, as you may understand, carbon dioxide are composites of greenhouse gases. They are part of it. So as I go down to this video, you will really understand the entire composition of greenhouse gases. All the composites, the gas composites that are part of all the buildup that we can all call it greenhouse gases. All right, shall we continue? Now, greenhouse gases, also known as GHG, as I mentioned, are gases in Earth's atmosphere that traps heat. So you see the meaning. It traps heat. It takes heat. And when it takes it, it brings it back. It takes it, clears the ozone layer, and it makes the sun shine directly. When it's raining, it rains more. And these are widely known composite, or better still, compositions that affect the Earth's cracks. Okay, so during the day, anapamuno, the sun shines through the atmosphere, warming the Earth surface, as it were. Then at night, the Earth surface cools and then releases the heat back into the air. It's when we send identity. It is a recycling. Whatever you started, you turn it into the original state, or even something like that. Now, what this definition is giving you and I is the fact that During the day, as you can see, the sun is shining. But remember, it hits on the ground or the surface of the earth. It takes the heat. So when it gets to the evening, these heat that have been trapped will be released back. So let me give a critical example. When you build a story building, the first story and the second story, and then you have not done the roofing of the second story. So anytime the rain, or better, the sun shines, the concrete that divides between the two buildings traps the heat. You realize that in the night, it releases the heat. That's what we are talking about. So the releasing of the heat from the earth cracks is what we call the greenhouse gases that is emitting back onto the atmosphere. Good. Now, I guess you are getting small understanding. But someone will say, it looks as if, say, then there is nothing like human factor. No. When we get there, you will see it.